All right, everybody, welcome to the One Thing About Us podcast. This is Alex.
This is Justin, and today we're joined by our special friend Eric.
Hello.
What? Beatboxing?
Yeah, I tried to beatbox before on the previous playthrough, but it didn't reach the crescendo that I wanted it to. So you know what? I'm going to... There's more where that came from, people. All you have to do is Venmo us $10.
About us. That's cheap.
Yeah, but one thing about us...
We need more money.
Ooh, if I could do a Celine Dion. One thing about us.
My heart will go on.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Simon Cowell to just stop this whole thing.
Garbage. Garbage.
Absolutely terrible.
That was horrible. I wanted to go back and put paper clips in my nails.
Anyway, weird dream.
Well, you didn't have to interrupt that. All right, so I was young, and I was at my house in my room, and I was writing something, and the power went out. And my grandma was in the hallway, and she says, "Alex, your dad called me to come over because the power went out." So all of a sudden, I was standing in the room, and all of a sudden, the person says, "Come here, grandson," but it wasn't in my grandma's voice. It, for some reason, turned into a man's. So I turned, and ever so slightly noticed that the actor, Corey Stoll, was standing there. And he just started kissing me on the cheek. Now, the kisses weren't sexual in hindsight. They were more protective. But he wouldn't stop doing it. And all this whole time, I'm like, all right, we're done here.
I think that crosses the line between love and lust at that point.
Well,
But
he's seen some shit, in the strain. He saw some shit. And then he got killed. Spoiler alert, if you didn't know, in House of Cards.
That veered like directly in a different
I'm sure
direction.
that's why I was kissing you, because he knows what it's like to die.
But that makes no
I
sense.
feel like that's much deeper than what it needs to go
Yeah,
to.
it's just the dude just
Now,
picked me on the
while
cheek
these
like
kisses were,
grandpa.
was it like caressing your face or anything?
All right, come
like
here real
cradling?
quick. I'll show you.
Hold on. All right.
So he did this.
So for y'all who
That's-
don't see, they're scooting closer,
He just grabbed me like this.
and they're
like that.
Oh,
romantic.
just like the normal,
Yeah,
like grandma,
like grandma
controls
kissing.
your head, kiss on
Yeah,
the cheek.
but he
kind of
wouldn't
deal.
stop doing it. He just...
I don't know. Y'all's
I'm
look
like-
very sensual.
And Mom was like...
It's,
felt
His
it.
beard was flapping in the wind.
it was. Oh,
A little
I put
moist.
on my special underwear for this.
Oh my god!
I want to go to Chipotle.
Oh my god! But no, I don't know. I was just gonna say, he knows what it's like to die, so he wants to cherish you while you're still alive.
I think that's too deep, though.
But dreams usually are. Dreams are hardly ever what they are on the surface.
My dreams are nonsense, bro.
Yeah, but there could be meaning in the nonsense. Like you talking about the dragon. The dragon could represent something you're battling with. We don't get into. We don't have to get into it all.
Yeah, let's not.
Here's a thought. I think I was speaking to you about, have you ever lucid dreamed?
Yes.
Like you've had lucid dreams
Like
where
wet
you
dreams?
knew?
I have.
No.
Oh,
No.
I've never had one.
You never had a lucid dream?
I've never had a
All
wet
right,
dream.
so when I was younger, I learned about this.
It's
That
about when you control your own dreams.
yes,
Okay.
it is so much fun. You have to like train your brain for like weeks beforehand. What I was told to do.
Dude, that
was,
sounds like too much work already.
it's effort, but
I'm not
it's
training for an
crazy.
Olympic sport. I'm just trying to sleep.
Is this
You gotta
some
spend every evening in the weight room.
Is this some insidious shit where you go in like the further or something? You're like, I can see myself.
I mean, depending
sleeping.
on what you believe in at that point. But what I would do is I would count my fingers. Like I would look at my hand and count my fingers. Of course, obviously, I would always get 10. Some people would get 9 and so on. But if you go into your dream and you go to count your fingers, because your brain is trained 10 is the right answer, 10 is the right answer, and you see more or less, then you know you're in a dream, and then you just take
It
control of
wouldn't be
everything.
11, Alex. Yeah, you're looking at the wrong part.
Bazinga.
What else happened? Is that all he did was just kissed you?
Yeah, that's it. I woke
Was it
up.
just like a peck, or was it like a little tongue swipe in there? Like a little,
They ain't no tongue swipe, but I told you it wasn't sexual.
What was he wearing for this?
He was wearing what he was wearing in the Many Saints of New York, dressed like Junior Soprano.
Well, I've never seen the show because we're supposed to watch
How
it
does
together.
Junior Soprano?
We're supposed to watch the movie together.
Well, we did,
Yeah.
and I feel bad about it.
Na, na, na.
He was dressed like Junior Soprano was dressed, with an old ball cap on.
Was he dressed like that time when he was looking at the court reporter?
Yes.
So what is this? Because I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen The Sopranos?
No, I've never watched them. I know of them.
I can't give you too much shit because I still haven't finished it.
Well, it's one of the greatest shows in HBO history.
So I've heard.
Even though
But-
Tony was never meant to be the boss. It's
Spoiler alert.
or Junior.
No
They
idea
never
who
wanted. They
either
never
one
wanted any Soprano to be the boss.
No.
No,
They all played supporting roles in this mafia.
but they were. But he became the boss. But that was only because old dude got COVID. Just plain it was cancer. Well, same thing at this point. Who knows? 'Cause, Anywho, Dream number.
That's it.
There was another
That's
one.
it?
Oh, that one was too weird.
Oh,
Go for it.
Go.
Well, I had a dream that a fella
I had a dream last night
that I used to work with, he was a surrogate. Yeah, he was a surrogate. He was having a baby for me and my wife.
You had told me
Yep.
about this.
And
I made him wait because I want to hear. I want my reaction to be genuine.
but instead of he was a surrogate for me, but then he got pregnant.
I guess you said he wasn't shooting duds.
But then he started hitting his head. He started hitting himself against the steel.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds about like it.
And I'm looking at him. I'm like, we had a deal. He didn't. And I smacked him across the face because I was so mad. But then my high school principal walked in and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I have a deal with this man."
He is going to carry my baby.
Yeah. All of a sudden, my wife's in the background, like, just sitting there, and she's not even doing anything. This is literally her, like, looking, like, interesting. And I'm just sitting here smacking this kid. And my old high school principal, whose name was Dr. Haynes.
Well, maybe she was doing something. You just couldn't see the hands.
And I can't see, she had her hands up.
Why she had her hands up?
I don't know. She was like this.
Stop!
In the name
But she wasn't
of
doing it.
love.
Yeah, no, I don't know. So it was weird. And then I woke up and I'm like,
I just imagine that being so awkward that even your dream principal is looking at you awkwardly.
Like, what the fuck, Alex?
Like I've seen some. I live in your brain and I've seen some shit, but where the hell did this come from?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't. I wake up sometimes and I'm like,
Have you ever had deja vu?
yeah,
From
yeah,
a dream?
Yes.
Do you wake up in the morning
bunch
feeling
of
kind of
times.
fresh?
No.
5 pounds of bacon on your motherfucking chest?
Every morning I wake up.
Is that a song?
Carbon stained pillows, hands smell like lead, under my mattress, gun safe as my bed. Loaded up mags, just ready to blast. ISIS flag, wanna wipe my ass. You don't know that song?
No, I don't know that song.
Bitch operate.
And then drop the bass.
All right. Moving on.
But
What? Go?
all I was gonna say was like I've had a deja vu.
Cause I was gonna blur out the song.
Oh, you're gonna keep going with the song?
Yeah, but no, I was gonna change it up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yours would be much more interesting.
Hit me,
So-
baby, one more time.
don't tempt me. No, but when I was growing up, I had this dream. All right, so I'm sitting at the end of a bed in a very small bedroom, and in front of me
We need to
is
get
this-
video on this podcast.
This is just holy shit. But there's a bunk bed on my left. There's a TV on top of a dresser to my
Were
right.
you always bottom bunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you seem like a top bitch.
No.
Gay joke. No, it's just because you're of the larger variety like me.
I am.
We're tall.
Yeah. Yeah. After seeing a couple kids got killed from a faulty one, my parents were like, "Yeah, and we're done. Twin beds." But no, I'm sitting at the end of this, and the thing is I'm older. And at the end of the bunk bed, I see this shape, and it has like a huge round head. And to my right, I see this another like human-shaped blob. Think nothing of it because it was just a dream. And probably 2-3 weeks later, I was in a dorm at college up in Cleveland, and I'm sitting and I look up and I see that same room, and I see my friend in the corner and his girlfriend was over to the right. He had an afro, just like the big puffy sumbitch, and it would perfectly match everything where they were sitting at. And I was like, I've fucking been here before, and I started remembering this dream. Yeah, it breaks your brain thinking that like somehow you've seen.
I get
that
deja
before.
vu a lot. What everyone thinks, but there's like things we're living in a simulation or we're living in a video game. And if we're living in a video game, my God, you're doing a very fucking poor job, might I add.
Yeah.
I can never get an objective. I
Yeah.
can never reach it.
Like, what am I doing?
We have to keep going to work every week because mission failed.
Yeah.
We gotta pass
At some point, there's a star in the road that I've got to find. Makes me invulnerable.
Something I just don't understand. Stop. We want good quality, do we not?
Yes.
We want quality for our avid listeners. We're not starting this shit today. That was funny once.
All right, then I gotta figure out another one.
Don't be a dead horse.
Bacon grease.
No.
Grandmama.
When was the last time you had bacon grease?
Huh? It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. So, cauliflower.
Pineapple.
Chickpeas.
Tofu.
I can't.
Wish a meat.
Sacagawea.
Why Sacagawea?
That was an Indian. With Lewis and
Native
Clark.
American.
Native
American woman.
Native American?
I've got him in my family. We'd be alright.
Canceled. I'm canceled,
You
Carl.
can't cancel me. You can't cancel someone who doesn't care. I'll just come back under a different name. What you gonna do?
My name's Tustin Jadam.
I'll be more creative.
This is my friend Zella.
My name's Mike.
Hello. Anyway, so as we were talking last week about our haunted places or whatever like that.
Haunted.
We're trying to stay on that topic a little bit because people were like, we wanted to hear more, but we kept veering. Somehow we got talking about prison. Well, see, people, they're like, it was random. I'm like, it wasn't random. If you listen, you could follow my train of thought. He kept talking about he wanted to go to this prison, he wanted to go to this prison, he wanted to go to this prison. Like, it sounds like you want to go to prison.
Jail.
So it was, my train of thought was there. Like, I wasn't just like, oh yeah, Applebee's. Well, anyway, prison.
Take me to jail or take me to Zales.
Which it might be the same thing because Applebee's tastes like you're eating prison food.
It is all microwaved.
Yeah.
I'll microwave you.
It'd be like that sometimes, though. You know what I mean? You know what? Let me try not to say that because I said that too many times, apparently. Go fuck yourself. Anywho, so I found my list. It was a lot easier to find than I thought it was going to be. I literally opened my book bag and it was there. Boom. I'm like, wow.
Why do you still carry a book bag?
I have like 6 of them. Do you not?
No. I have like one duffel bag to travel with, and that's it.
Oh, honey.
Oh, hunty.
I got book bags. I got a suitcase. I got like a pure leather carry bag. I got like another duffel bag. I got like 12 individually black things that my shoes go into when I travel.
So here's my question.
got
Do you
shoe
take
bag.
all of this when you travel, or do you just pick whatever matches the outfit that day?
How long am I gone for?
Okay, let's give it a...
I got a watch case.
2 weeks.
A travel watch case.
That's a bit long. Let's say a generic vacation. Let's give it a week to 5 days to a week.
No, his generic vacation is like 9 days.
Holy shit! I've never taken that much time off.
Yeah. I go big or go home.
Eh.
Well, they're not always that long because I have a habit of taking like 4 vacations a year. I'm just smart with money. I don't make a lot. But no, I'll take my suitcase and my clothes, and then I got my little travel watch case. I'll bring about 4 watches, and I'll bring about 4 pairs of shoes, 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, because I'll have like 4 packed away, and then I'll have like the ones on my feet.
I feel like an underachiever at this point. Talking about a video game, I really need to go to the damn store.
I keep saying I'll take you. I'll get you looking right.
I'm gonna come out looking one way, and I'm not gonna
You're
be
gonna
able.
come all right.
Ha!
You're gonna walk into Cumberland Farms like, hey.
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? You be packing those Camel cigarettes?
And your number.
What was that?
My palm itched.
I thought that was some type of hand sign.
I did too.
My palm itched. Because I was going to do the thing what they do with the cigarettes when they're like, get them and they're new and they hit them.
To pack them in?
Yeah.
you had to
I
pack
never
them?
got that. Never did that.
You never did it?
Nope.
I mean, I don't really, but I understand the reasoning.
I do it. I did it all the time. No, my mom smoked, and I was like, let me do it.
Because you get to fucking beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, but then I felt like if I did it, he would have dirty looked at me like, what are you doing? You're spiking the sound. Dude, there it is. He has his Manson lamps he likes to give you every once in a while when he's upset with you.
I'm
Watch.
just looking.
No, you're just...
This is just me. I'm just listening intently.
It would give me nothing to murder you.
That's the scary face you would find at a haunted location like
Yes. Murder.
Yeah, you're just walking through the house scared as hell. You walk past the room, I'm just...
God, Justin's fine.
If he looked at me like that, I swear to God, I'll smack him and be like, "You slut! I'm done with you." Like, I'd be so mad.
No,
Like,
because I got plans. I'm gonna buy black contact lenses.
You got the whole bit.
And when he comes by, I'm just gonna be like,
I'll be like, "I ain't joining shit. I'm walking. I'm going home."
join.
We'll sit at the end of the hallway and red rum.
And I'm gonna be like, "Go fuck yourself."
Join us.
And then I'm like, I'm gonna start running like they do from Get Out, just hauling ass.
Then I'm 10 feet behind you. I can't keep going with this joke.
Don't make me run. I'm exhausted.
Turned into Ringo Starr there for a second.
Yeah.
No, because
I can't do it.
Try to do it.
If we're doing it, like the haunted things, and I'm running, don't ask questions.
You ever drop acid, Dewey Cox?
Just run.
Time to go back to this conversation.
Yeah, stay on topic. We bounce back enough. I'm trying to reel you back in. So yeah, haunted places. If I'm hauling ass, just no questions asked. Because if I'm running, it's something.
I believe it.
I don't run for shit. Like, we got the whole fight or flight. Mine's the fight, but what the fuck I'm gonna do to it? I might try to fight the ghost first, and then like, oh hell no.
Once the first punch goes through its face,
No.
it's like swing and a miss.
And I won't say shit to no one. Like, I won't yell run, I won't yell get out.
All you're just gonna hear is the pitter patter of your feet.
Pitter patter. Pitter patter.
Gone.
Pitter patter.
Just. Was that Justin or a ghost? I can't tell. It was so white.
It was
Would
a
you
red
ever
blur.
Would either of you ever use a Ouija board?
Nope.
Yes.
Not in my house. I won't.
Why?
Because that's just too
It
much.
is something that I've always wanted to do,
Well, then-
especially in my buddy in Ohio's house. I know it's haunted. I wanted to use a Ouija board for the longest time, and he absolutely refused to let me, even today. And it's been 17 years. Pussy. You know who you are.
You know who you are. Do I know said person?
Yeah. Shit, I'll call him out on here. I'm gonna see if he notices.
Oh my god. We did some perfect shake shots, and you're scared of a ghost? A Ouija board? I've always wanted to do it because I don't believe in that shit.
I don't think that a Ouija board works, but I believe that there are spirits. Like, I believe in ghosts, but I think that the Ouija
Well, I
board
believe
is
in
just
ghosts.
bullshit.
Well, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits.
Then you believe in it.
Okay,
I
to
don't
what
believe in
extent?
the Ouija board. Like, I think that's full of shit. Like, the whole mediums and shit, I don't believe in any of that.
I think that some people can be connected to it, but like
Why are you
on
touching
an
my foot?
energy level.
Stop. That's
Playing
weird.
footsie.
It's not supposed to be weird. It's supposed to be kind.
Was that supposed to like mimic a ghost touching your leg?
Anywho. Yeah, but it's not when you can feel his foot and you see him go like...
Making sure where he's rubbing.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in a... No, my mom, I tried to get my mom to buy me one. My mom's like, put that shit
I
back.
nearly bought one at Books A Million the other day, because they have them on store shelves. Like, as dangerous as people think it is, Hasbro's like, I gotta make it rain.
Make it rain up in this mode. We got gummy bears. We got Ouija boards.
It's like a teenage sleepover, ready to go.
Yeah, because I don't believe in that. No.
Like spirit
Go ahead.
boxes and all the
Yeah,
audio.
and because like the lore is if someone who doesn't believe is like touching the planchette and stuff like that, it
cuts
doesn't
it.
work. So I'm like,
But like, I mean, that comes into like the read of like energy and auras and things like that.
I'm always tired, so I never have energy.
Do you believe that people have like an aura to them? Like you can, like each person has like this energy around them.
I do.
Like I feel like sometimes you can see, like that's whenever you get like a bad vibe from somebody, your energy doesn't match with theirs, so it doesn't work. Have you ever had that feeling before?
I don't know. I mean, I'm getting feelings in my stomach where I would get feelings I'm like, that person's no.
I
good.
honestly, I've always, and I never have been wrong about this. If I meet somebody and I just do not like them instantly, and I say that person's like something about that person rubs me the wrong way, and this person hasn't spoke to me, just said hello.
That's speaking to you.
No, not like talked. See, now you got to contradict everything I
I'm
say.
just saying. You said
On a technicality, he's
Yeah,
not wrong.
he's not wrong, but still, you know what I mean. Like, not a conversation.
Yeah, in the minuscule.
You want to say hello, that's fine. If I can sit there, and I am usually right about that
how do they
said
say
person.
hello? Like Lionel Richie or Adele?
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
me.
Like, how would that even be a thing?
Because like, there's
Who,
different.
who
there's
walks
different
up to
ways.
you and say, hello?
I do.
You've never once said that to me.
Not to you. You're right.
That's called a hello.
But I haven't said that to you.
But who have you said it to?
People.
Who? What
Don't
people?
worry about it. I don't
Name
know.
specific people.
Don't worry.
If I do-
specific places.
I don't know that. I say hello to everyone. I don't.
You
actually.
do not say
I
hello
just
to
see you being
everyone.
this super jolly person, just like walking through the mall like a 60s cartoon. Hello, hello, hello.
You walk into a room, you don't say hello, you look. You do your eyes so that person knows you're there, that you saw them, but then you just...
That is called telepathy.
He doesn't do telepathy. This is him. I'm walking in. Sorry, guys. You know. And then I'll say, you doing all right?
The gentle look over.
But then I'll
just
be
not
like,
even-
you doing all right? Does it look like I'm doing all right?
To be fair, what he's referring to is when I'm at work working.
No, I'm not. I'm talking in general. You'll be sitting in a chair. Be like, you doing okay? Why wouldn't I be doing okay?
I've never done that when I'm not at home. I mean, when we're out places.
Why wouldn't I be doing okay?
Because that's not true. Because when you walk into the room, you have to get up and open the fucking door.
That doesn't mean in the beginning of, oh yeah, when you open the door and you're just like, come here.
How close do I have to move?
I usually do. Like I'll give him like a pat or two in the back.
Just
And you're like, you doing okay? Doesn't look like I'm doing okay.
Well, because you
he
can
just
just
doesn't
tell.
express physically like that.
I'm not, well no, I don't read vibes.
You just what you're talking about is you reading a vibe.
No.
I caught a vibe. Baby, are you looking for a ride? Oh, I just want to stay into your eyes.
I don't know the rest.
Willow Smith.
Caught a vibe.
I didn't know that was Willow Smith.
It's not her song.
I still have
It's someone else's
whip your
song.
hair back
She
and
does
forth
the
in my
thing.
brain.
Whip your hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Just whip
Black
it.
and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Anywho,
Shout out to Pittsburgh.
we got off the topic again. What were you referring to?
It was ghosts and such is what we started
Ouija
into.
boards.
Ouija boards, that's right.
Yeah, because I've always I tried. Yeah, I made my mom think she was down here visiting. I made her think I had one in like my closet or whatever. I was getting ready to bring it out. My mom's like, "I will get my shit. I'll walk out that door and I'll
If
never
I had
come back in
somebody
here."
that terrified, I would set up like a whole shrine around it just to mess with them. Like up on like a little pedestal. You could do like a cardboard box with a green blanket over it or
Or
something.
things she's
just to-
bought me and made me. I just have it set around, so it's like you're there in spirit. So that way Zozo can come. And like, have fun with that.
Zozo.
You know anything about Zozo?
Yes.
The Ouija demon.
You're the one that told me about it.
Yeah.
You know, I think they work like Beetlejuice if you say their name a bunch of times.
Well, then by all means say their name a bunch of times.
Zozo.
If we suddenly cut off the air, he has stolen our energy.
Is that a goat with horns?
You just hear a knock at the door.
Hello.
What
It's
if
a
the,
pizza.
What if the thing they never?
I
What if the thing they
pizza.
never tell you is like the goat with the horns that you always see, like the demon thing? What if it's one of them fainting goats? Where you just scream at it and it just says ah and just falls over.
Is that the devil?
Because how am I?
I've
How,
come for your soul.
how am I supposed to? Yeah, it's just sitting there like you're gonna get it, and then like the devil shows up and the goat's like ah, and just
I'll be like, you okay there? bud?"
like how am I gonna be scared of that? I'm like, really, bro?
Come on.
Get better help.
You were here for a purpose. I don't remember what it was.
Because then you can just jump at it. Like you just
Get that little
I'm
like,
here to kill you. Yeah.
get him to flinch and he just
Yes.
What did we talk about when we left hell?
And I'm like, I'm gonna go. Why? You got some stuff to
I
eat?
was gonna say you got some shit to handle.
You got some stuff you need to handle?
I got pizza in the fridge.
I do. I have pizza in the fridge.
I got pizza in the fridge. Liquor. Pour
I have
yourself.
pizza in the fridge. I have garlic knots in the fridge.
Oh.
I got alcohol, Crown, Ciroc, tequila.
Pour yourself a drink.
Satan's like, make himself a drink. This pizza's bussin'.
And I got the garlic.
The microwave goes off. Smashes.
But I'd be like, come on, Satan, you're using a microwave?
10 damn minutes.
At least use the
I
oven.
don't have superpowers.
Use the oven like a gentleman.
Does it look like I can open things with these goddamn hooves?
His hands aren't hooves.
We're talking about the devil. We're not talking about.
You're talking about a goat. We're talking about the devil.
Well, no. What if it was? What if his hands were hooves?
What if it was backwards? What if it was the head of a man with like the body of a goat that was fainting?
I wouldn't be scared of that shit.
I would just die laughing.
I'm
Like, that's the whole thing.
I'm like, I'm gonna ride you.
Can you do me a favor and not do this?
Like if a ghost comes over you with a sheet and you just look down, look at the feet, there ain't nothing there. I'm going to be like, well, you know what? That part terrifies me. But what's going on up here? Nothing.
I'm like, I didn't know you were part of the KKK.
Really?
Like, it makes sense.
This is 2022.
We're doing this shit.
Racist goats.
Stay woke.
Like, come on. Bruh. Yeah, but I wouldn't be scared of that.
Now have that come running up to you.
I'll just bring in
on
Little
place.
Nas X and give him a lap dance. We'll be good.
He went for it.
He did.
He went for it.
You know
didn't he?
Nike sued him?
Really?
Yeah, because they never authorized him to use their shoe. Like, people were getting mad at Nike. Like, Nike lost a bunch of money. Nike's like, we didn't know shit about this. He didn't ask us to use our shoe. He went to an outside like company, and they just used our shoes and bought it. Like, we didn't know shit about this. So yeah, they sued him.
Wonder.
Yeah, so-
Did they win in that case, or is it?
I would
still-
assume so.
Yeah, well, it's such a weird technicality.
Well, you're using their shoe for like devil purposes, and they didn't authorize it. I mean,
Yeah.
they own the shoe.
But then again, I mean, you could buy their shoe and
I
do
don't know
with it
how
what you please.
I don't know how legalness works.
I don't either.
You can do what you please, but buy a vast, like a lot of them like that, modify and turn around and resell them online as like a
People do that all the time.
as like a Nike collab though. Because then didn't he do it like a Nike collab?
I think that's the way he posted it.
But
though.
then how you not going to know?
I don't know how the legal
Like-
system. I read. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't read like the I read the articles like the names. I don't read anything
But
else.
see, that's where you
I don't
get.
take in any of the
That's where you
information.
get messed
I just
up.
read the headline.
You just read the headline, then you're like, I ain't read this article. Because I can see you just going through like, I ain't read that.
Goat Man takes over hell. Oh, I'm not gonna read any more into that.
That one I'd probably read.
Goat man takes hell.
I mean, he's from Florida, ain't he?
Continue on page 20.
Florida man?
Florida
Because
man.
we're used to the heat.
Yeah.
Although we don't know shit compared to like Arizona. Because like Death Valley, like in California, like it was
I
like
heard
130
that
degrees.
it's because it's a different kind of heat. It doesn't feel as bad.
Because there was this one guy I was listening to, and he's talking about how he's like, Death Valley is his favorite place to go. He said, but it's like 130 degrees, and he said, it's painful. He said, but I enjoyed it. I'm like, that don't sound like a good time to me.
No.
With my complexion, 130 degrees sounds like death.
Let's turn into a lobster at that
Like,
point.
I'll walk outside, and like here, I get 2 minutes, I'm sunburned. I'll walk out there for a second, I'm like, I'm dead. I got boils and blisters all over my body.
All right, let's go to the car. Hey, where's Justin? You see, like 2 feet out from underneath.
He looks like the hills
and
have
just
eyes.
sizzling on the.
I don't know
Get
what
the-
happened.
Get the aloe vera, because I need a lot.
Douse him in the aloe vera.
Anyway, back to the. We need structure. Maybe this is when a producer come in and be like, guys, what the hell?
That's when you see the red light blinking in the back.
Why
of
is
the studio.
Harvey Weinstein here?
I'll just think it's a strobe light.
Dance party. Why did you moan like that?
My thing is, why are you always good for your tips?
Why you gotta mention it?
Because we have to have the visual transferred to the listeners.
Stop looking at him.
Now I'm looking at your NASA shirt.
That's covering it.
National Aeronautics Society of Anthrax.
Pretty sure it's not anthrax.
I'm pretty sure you're not.
The first 3, I'll let you have. The first 3, I'll let you have, but the anthrax is where you lose me. That's one of the things.
He's
Like, you could have said
anti-anthrax.
anything, I'd have went with you, because I don't know what it stands for.
National Aeronautics.
Who does your wife work for, Alex?
What's
Who's your wife work for?
Me.
That's gonna go
until
over
you
really
say
well.
that next to her?
That's gonna go over really well.
Yeah. Me.
No, she works for organizations.
Yeah.
Like organizing. Because I saw your den.
Oh! That
With all
was
your Funko Pops and stuff.
hella good. That
Yeah,
was-
those look nice.
Did you
I have
see
not-
it?
I have not seen this yet.
Yeah, look on Facebook. That tent looks legit.
You know who else she works for? One Thing About Us.
Me.
Nothing? No, I saw the wind up. I was like,
Yeah. We'll just.
so anyway, haunted location.
Anyway, so yes, I found my list. It's a very Apatow list. Does that word work in that phrase? Probably not.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go
All I
with
thought
it.
was Judd Apatow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Judd Apatow. His daughter also works on the show Euphoria, which she does an excellent job in. Shout out Maud.
Could we just take him to like movie Jeopardy and then we just win all the shit?
Yeah. So the first on the list is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38,
8, 6, 7, 5, 3,
309.
9. Did you get your count or did I mess it up?
I'm pretty sure 49. I'm just
It
gonna
was
go with
49.
49.
We're just gonna pick that number.
But here's the kicker. These are all of the ones just in the United States. There's plenty more I want.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty more I want to go to, but
I
there.
want to go to Ireland.
Hinter Kaifek.
Yes, to go to the Hellfire Club.
Yes.
Have you seen that? There's an overnight video on my subs to that channel. It's called Overnight, and they do investigations there. And they went to there's 3 places associated with the Hellfire Club, but the one, it was sold and a luxury hotel bought it, so they're completely tearing it down and they're building a luxury hotel
Is
over
that
it.
the mansion that they
Yes.
use? Oh.
And they're building a luxury hotel over. But here's the thing: the people who bought the hotel, they've come out and said we're not acknowledging shit. We'll build our luxury, this big ass luxury hotel. If creepy shit happens, we're just going to ignore it. They don't want any association with it.
But you could use that so much.
I'd be like, my slogan
platform.
would be "Come dine in hell."
Yeah.
Come on. You
I
can
have
contact
never
me
heard.
for marketing purposes.
Marketing
I have
advertising.
I'll
never
take money
heard.
from almost anyone.
The only thing I've ever heard from the Hellfire Club was the X-Men villains.
But anyway, there was a part where he's investigating, and it's like one of the most intelligent ghosts they've ever encountered. To where they were watching, it was like they would say, "All right, now set off the REM pod for this question." REM pod. Now use a flashlight for this question. Flashlight. It was listening to him going back and forth. Some freaky shit. But I thought that's so cool.
Why
But it was
would
like
you
a
say-
demon apparently, and the guy was like, are you bad? And I was like, flashlight. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, they're like, oh, he's bad. I'm like, maybe he wants to party. Flashlight, strobe light.
He's like,
whatever.
I mean, how hard did you party in 17th
That's what I'm
century?
saying.
You don't know.
But he was like, do you want me to come back there? Set off the flashlight would go off. He said, do you want me to come back there with you and give you permission to possess me, take over my body? And that flashlight was like, yes, and he did it. See, I'm
I'm
crazy,
gonna have to watch
and
this.
I'm white, but I'm not that white.
I wouldn't let it possess me, but I would sit there and have
What are you
a
gonna
whole
do, Eric? What are
conversation
you
with
gonna
it.
you gonna stop it?
Stop.
Well, the whole thing is though, it's like a soul.
You don't have
taking over
permission
your- No,
to enter my body. And that thing's like, I don't give a fuck. You think
it's like a whole internal struggle, I imagine, because nobody we can't sit here and act like we know.
What are you thinking? You're thinking you're in your soul.
It's literally like a boxing ring, all
That's what I'm
right?
thinking.
And you're just socking the
Yeah.
devil in the face,
come on, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, but the devil is Muhammad Ali in his prime.
and you're just the little dude from Punch Out.
Yeah,
He's Frazier.
or he's fucking Tyson in his prime, which he's just mean.
Tyson got beat by people.
Tyson, yeah, but if you're a little guy,
There
I'm
was-
sorry if a boy from Georgia can beat the devil in a fiddle contest. I'm pretty sure I could take him in a boxing match. That's all I'm saying.
I'm starting to think that the whole
Can you
goat
play the
man
fiddle?
thing is real.
That's what's in a boxing match.
can you play the fiddle?
That's why I said a boxing match. I didn't say I would beat him in a fiddle contest, did I?
Okay.
No.
A
So why would
fiddle-
you bring a fiddle?
A fiddle is complicated.
I'm well aware, Alex. That's
Boxing
why
is not, unless if you're properly
you
trained.
mean?
Excuse me?
You just opened up a whole can.
Boxing's
of worms.
not complicated. What the fuck do you know about boxing?
You can learn how to box.
You can learn how to play
People
the fiddle.
can't learn how to play the fiddle.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Anyone can learn how to
Fiddle
do anything.
is
if there's
impossible.
No, it's
The
not.
fiddle is impossible.
Maybe for you.
Charlie Daniels
Oh,
says
you're gonna
otherwise.
do this? You're gonna do this right
I'm just
now?
saying,
Because you're better
boxing
than
is
everyone
I'm
else,
not-
motherfucker.
I'm not better than anyone else.
Huh?
I'm not better
Oh,
than
your
anyone else.
eyes say different.
No, I don't think I'm better than you.
Your eyes say
I don't
different.
think I'm better than
and
you.
I don't think I'm better than
I'm
you.
just more
You know what?
experienced
I
and
love you,
seasoned.
motherfucker.
I love you too. But see, I'm talking about boxing. You're talking about.
The devil would whoop your ass in a boxing contest.
I beg to
Because
differ.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Not
the
with
man's
both
going to have
hands.
heavy fists.
Not with who fans.
You're going to tell me you're going to
There's
beat
gloves.
a supernatural entity?
Motherfucker,
That dude's like, turn your arms into spaghetti. I got spaghetti hands now.
I'd whip his ass with noodles, bitch.
But what if you're just hitting him with the wet noodles and he's just like, "We're gonna keep doing this?"
Yeah.
He's like, and then what if he eats your hands?
I'm like, I'm making marinara.
What if he pulls out Alfredo sauce and dips your hands in them and just eats
I
them?
feel like this is turning into another dream
That's
sequence.
fine.
It gets weird.
I'll start biting then.
And then what if he's like, "I got you," and then bites you?
I'm like,
And then the door closes.
And then he sees
the
you
lights
like it.
go
He's
no
like,
low.
I'm into biting. We all know this. Punch me harder. There's paper towels on the. There's literally napkins on the table right behind you, because it's still there. Get a paper towel, Alex.
I know. Don't talk to me like that on air.
Get a paper towel.
I am not a child, damn it.
Anyway,
Where were we at? I just got lost
Hellfire.
in that
Hellfire
hole.
Club. Because I want to go to the Hellfire Club. Like, there's a bunch of places over. Like, I want to go to the Catacombs, but I feel like I gotta lose weight before. Cause I'm a bitch.
Claustrophobia would kick in for me being like underneath. Like
You never been underneath anything? Because
Anyway,
plenty of times. Crippling depression.
the weight is immense.
It's heavy.
I took a lot.
But where are the catacombs at? France?
There's a few.
The
something like-
major one that though is
Paris.
under Paris.
Paris, yes.
Oh, there's another one that starts with P, because that's where they always go. Panama, Peru, I think.
Peru? I have never
There's
been.
also the Edinburgh vaults.
Yeah, I want to go to all these places. There's a shit ton. Like, I want to go to the Bronze Castle. Because there's one, I think it's Bronze Castle, like Dracula's Castle. The guy on the YouTube channel, his name's Elton. I love your stuff, but you need to release more. Like, I've been waiting on overnight. You've released 2 overnights, and they're just replays of all your other shit. You just put them together. Like, okay, I've already seen them. Come on. Haven't watched it again? Yeah, but you know, whatever.
I continuously watch it, but still.
He said that's what, because he was always a skeptic. But that castle, he said made him a true believer. So I'm like, I gotta go. I want to go. Because I don't believe in that. Although one of your videos, he made me cry. I told you about that. Well, there's Cecil Hotel, because I want to go to the Cecil Hotel too. Is the Cecil Hotel on there?
Is that the one that Stephen King got the inspiration for the
the
movie?
Stanley Hotel.
The Cecil Hotel's not on my list.
Stanley Hotel's number 2.
Yes. But not Cecil.
Well, Cecil's the...
Cecil Hotel's not on my list, but I do want to go. But it made me, like, I don't know why I did it. My friend says I'm like a dark empath or something, whatever. I don't know what the fuck that means. She sent me things, and I'm going to be honest, I read it, but I didn't read it in very much detail. Like, I kind of skimmed it. I'm sorry, but you know me. You knew what you were getting into when you sent them to me.
Send me the Cliff Notes.
And there was a video, and they're using like I forgot what it's called, but it's like where they can speak to you. And they're talking, and it was, I'm gonna cry thinking
Like the
about it.
spirit box?
Yeah. But it was something that was like a lot bigger. And they're talking, and no one, if anyone on the video, if anyone there physically heard it, they didn't say anything. But you just hear like a voice coming, like the voice was like real shaky, like it had been crying and scared, and it was like, where am I? And then it was like, help me. And when it said help me, I fucking started crying like a baby, and I don't know why. Like that's never happened to
This
me
is on
before.
a video that you
I
saw?
was watching a video, and it's never happened to me before. I
That's
just
an
started
overnight
crying.
video?
Yeah. It was like, help me. But you could tell like it was like real scratched, like the person had been crying and they were scared. They just said help me, and it came through real faint. I broke down, and I don't know why. Like I wasn't sad, I'm just like, tears. Like, and I wasn't like, I was like, the tears were just streaming out my face. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But there's another video where...
I do not claim any negative energy from this.
But there was another thing at the Cecil Hotel where that the spirit box started singing in a little kid's voice. And if you know me, I don't fuck with little kids. And it was saying, it was now, where we go to sleep. I'd be like, I'm gone.
You want to live that shit? Have a kid and have her sleepwalk.
I'd fuck that kid.
I did
I
that.
nearly knocked my child out many times before when she
So,
was younger.
so back in...
My partner would walk in the room and I'd be like, go to sleep, little motherfucker. Why do you got a kid in the head? Like,
I would
that's
be,
not a kid no more. It's possessed.
whenever we lived in Ohio, I would be sitting in my chair and I would have it pulled up to play video games with the friends. And I'd be sitting there playing something and I would hear the floor creak behind me. And when I'd look, this is at like 2 a.m., there is my 3-year-old daughter standing there. She's dead asleep, but just standing there in the living room with me. She nearly caught a controller to the face a few times.
You know what a football play is?
Just a full running start to kick.
So apparently, when I was younger, my grandfather was used to tell me he'd be sleeping, and all of a sudden he'd wake up and I'd just be standing there. And I said, Grandpa, I would have hit me. I would have went back in time, just popped me right in the face. And there was another time I was living on Beachside, and it was during Bike Week, like 2004. And I went outside in my underwear, and I walked over, and I tried to walk to the 7-Eleven. My mom came out. Where the hell are you going? And I looked back at her and said, I gotta pee.
It's always going to the bathroom.
I'm standing outside in my boxers, and she's like, get in the damn house. And I look, and I wake up, and I'm like,
get in the damn house. You're 25. I'm tired of this shit.
Well, that happened. It wasn't a sleepwalking thing in my case, but like my aunt used to, I don't remember, fucking babysit old people, like caretakers or something like that.
Wasn't like a hospice nurse kind of thing. It was just more of
No, because like it was in her own. It was like in the woman's own house. She was needing help.
I know what you mean.
But that woman, she was crazy because she'd like start crying at us. Like she'd want to like, let me go up to the living room, like the front living room. We're like, no, like stay, you're fine, right where you at. And she was like, but all my friends and family in there, and you're not letting me go see them. They're not letting me have it. There'd be no one in there. She would just be tripping on acid. But one night we were sleeping, and I only stayed in that day like one time because I won't do that shit again. I'm sleeping on the couch when I'm sleeping, and like the old woman's bedroom is like I could look up and look at her. But I'm like, she's sleeping, it's fine, whatever, like that. Fucking my aunt, she did warn me to that sometimes, you know, she would like you'd wake up and she'd be leaning up against the door. I'm like, I'll knock a bitch out. But she didn't do that with me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because she would try to get up, she couldn't really walk, so she'd be leaned up against the doorway, just like staring at you. I'm like, oh, football point that little bitch. But
I would scream.
or she would be in her little
And
chair.
that's when she grabbed your face and started pecking you on the cheek and became a famous actor.
She'd be in the chair sometimes,
Prince?
watching TV, and she would try to look back at us and like, and every time I saw her head moving, I would go like, I'll just fake asleep. But back to my story, I woke up in the middle of the night, just like changing positions, rolled over, and just happened to glance in the bitch's room, and all I saw, just still in bed, laying perfectly, just looking at me.
Just that hard look.
And I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
I can't, is this bitch sleeping? And she awake. I'm like, can't she see me?
I'd be terrified. I'd look at her and be like, stop doing that.
Because the first time she did it freaked me out. She's like, they're in the living room. I can hear them laughing. I'm like, excuse me? Who in the living room?
I'm in here, and I don't need to know who else is here.
Well, I think if you see people like that, does that mean, like, I'm like, what is it? Does it mean you're just a delusional old crone? Or
you're crossing over?
That's what I'm saying. Are you that close to death where you can hear them now? But also, if that's
like, I don't even...
Like, yeah, if you could see, like, does that mean, like, you're, like, right there, like, you're in, like, that void between or whatever, like that, where you're, like, you're not dead, but you're not 100% alive, so you can... That'd be some freaky shit.
That's a terrifying thought.
But also, another thing that drives me, that crazes me out is... Wouldn't they have better places to be than your front living room?
Not if they're trying to see her.
Or if they're in hell.
Or what if
I
they
would say
know
they're
that
in hell.
she's...
I'm just saying if they were. Like,
What if it's the party for her to cross over and everybody's gathered up to welcome her in?
And you're keeping her away from it.
Oh my god. your birthday party's right out there. You're not allowed to go,
Where's
Timmy.
the reason why you're still suffering?
Yeah. We're keeping you alive.
But the only sleepwalking, anything is creepy, but Selena Spooky Boo. The chaotic sleepwalking
hilarious.
that she does.
That's hilarious. But here's the thing. I looked down. We're at 43 minutes. And the only topic of discussion I wanted to get to today was this fucking list.
Sorry.
This might be a long podcast episode. Anyway, 40 places on the list. The first one's Queen Mary.
See, that one I've heard of.
The boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think that one's even haunted, to be
Yes,
honest.
it is.
You think?
Yes.
You've not seen any of the videos? You don't know any of the lore about Room 213?
Maybe I'm thinking of a different boat, but I don't know. There's some places that I think
It's my Prestige Worldwide.
Prestige World.
Boats and hoes.
We put liquid paper on a beat. It died.
Is that my boat?
And then
straight away again.
the Stanley Hotel, yes, which in Colorado, which is where he got the
That
inspiration.
one would be terrifying to be at.
I've never seen The Shining. So.
No?
And then you got Waverly Hills Sanatorium, which we talked about because I want to stay the night there. And Alex was like, no.
That's considered one of the most haunted places in America.
No, I think it is. I think it is the number one. I'm not 100% sure. At one point in time when I looked, it was the most haunted. But there's some places I don't have on this list though. Like I don't have Bobby Mackey's on here.
There's a couple that are actually up from where I'm
Did
from
you look
here,
up
West
Bobby
Virginia.
Smackey's?
I've watched
Bobby Smackies?
Bobby
Bobby
Mackey's.
Smackey's.
I watched Ghost of like I've watched like 2 or 3 like
You never heard? Okay, so it's like a music place, but it's supposed to be like.
we talked about it on our podcast. Remember the girl's head in the wheel? Cause I was
Oh
on
my
my
God.
ass. She did.
Yeah,
And
it's
like
like
they cut her head off because she wouldn't swallow.
No, that's not why they did it.
You don't know that.
I know exactly why.
Yeah, were you alive back then?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, you are an old fuck.
You're the youngest one here.
Which is why I called you old.
How old are you?
30.
You're 30?
No, you ain't. That's right, December 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, you didn't know that? You look very confused.
Because you're about to be 31.
I'm older than you.
Yeah.
This has been established.
I think we had this conversation
We
once
did.
before.
In the cooler.
You old man.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Anyway, yeah, Bobby Mackey's not on this list, but there's like a place where they call it the Pit of Hell. It's like a well. Or whatever like that. Where
Wait,
like
Bobby Mackey's?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know of that place.
where a guy got scratched, and then he's like, scratch one of them next. I'm like, nah, bitch. Like, what's up with you?
Well,
No.
Zach Bagans went there and he had like these long 3 scratches
Yeah.
across his back.
I remember that episode.
That was that I consider that is the creepiest episode because that is the only episode I watch where I will get chills.
And he was like, and Zach was like, scratch one of them next. If I was one of Zach's people, I'd be like, shut your ass up. Don't bring that shit on to me,
'Cause
Ricky
it's like
Bobby.
Aaron,
Yeah.
the camera guy.
He's like, I'm leaving Aaron in here by himself where the man got raped to death, and Aaron's like, why?
That's what I'm gonna do,
dude,
though.
why did you do
I
that
ain't
to
doing
me?
that.
I'm leaving you
don't
alone
leave-
in
you ain't
places.
fucking
Yeah,
leaving me
I'm
alone.
Get down
gonna
into the
do
well.
like Elton does. I'm gonna leave you alone in places by yourself with just a camera, no lights, no nothing.
You understand? I won't speak to you
And the-
after that for like a week.
It won't last that long.
It will last that
But
long.
the content
I will
would
be
be-
as mad. as...
Or have you just sitting there by yourself with a headphone on the spirit box so they can talk to you?
I do that
fucking
shit.
do no spirit box.
I've always wanted.
Because I want to do the
spirit
ones where you
box.
have noise canceling headphones and you have the spirit box so you can't hear what
I
the
don't
person's saying.
mind doing.
And then other
anything
people
by
are in the
myself.
room and they're asking questions. And then so you got the noise canceling headphones so you can't hear what they're
So the
saying.
only thing you hear is the answer, and you say it. Yeah. Become basically like a translator for the dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because they're watching one where they're at the Vasilica Ass Murder House. And some of the things he was getting was like, he was like, wuss, I'm gonna kill you. And here's the thing, the spirit box though said, I'm gonna kill you. And that's what Elton, because Elton's a crazy man. He was listening to it, he said, I'm gonna kill you. And he said, cool. I'm like, yeah.
Me.
And he's like, you wuss. And the guy's like, okay, first of all, Elton's like, you're calling me a wuss? You're the one that murdered little kids. I'm the wuss.
Talking shit.
Like, you murdered little kids and cover the mirror so you couldn't see yourself. I'm the wuss, bro. I'm like, watch yourself. Because there was a man that stabbed himself and he's got no recollection of it. Yeah, he took up a big ass knife and like plunged it like in his chest and he doesn't remember any of it. That's crazy. Anyway.
I don't want to stab myself in the chest, but
Centrella, Pennsylvania. I think that's the town. There's one of these I have it written on here. I think it's that where it's like the Silent Hill's based off of. Like it's a legit town.
yeah. That's in West Virginia.
I thought it was in Pennsylvania.
I'm pretty sure it's. I don't know.
Well, there's something. There's a town in
There's one in
Pennsylvania. There's a
Pennsylvania.
movie based on.
Charles, can you look that up for us real quick?
Yeah, if you could look that up for us, we'll get back to it.
Anywho, and then you got La Lorraine Mansion. I should have wrote down what these places were, but
Never heard of that one.
well, I just googled like the most haunted places in America. These are all popped up, and I read a little bit on them. If I want to write them down or not. Eastern State Penitentiary,
I know that one.
Shang-Chi Tunnels, which incidentally is in America somewhere.
Shang-Chi?
It's like in Oklahoma or something like that. I'm probably
The 10
I was
Rings?
gonna say that's where they keep the 10 rings.
Sangria. I don't know. I'm saying it wrong. It's not-
Sangria?
That's
That's
not.
not a
That's
bar.
not sangria.
What is it? Where are you looking at?
Shangri-La.
You might be. I don't know.
He might be.
Shanghai.
Don't say it like you know that for a
That
fact.
says Shanghai.
see.
You're over here saying that like you know what it is.
It says right
Eric,
there.
if it says what he said, just keep
How
it to
far
yourself.
down the list am I here?
Like 4.
I'm just gonna go ahead and keep that to myself.
Where did you get Shang-Chi?
Mine, your ass. Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to Lizzie Borden's?
Eh.
Trans Allegory Lunatic Asylum.
See, the asylum's really.
You don't want to go
Get
to Lizzie
me.
Borden?
Oh, the creepiest one ever.
Myself, I don't see it being that bad.
Anyway, I gotta get through this list. King's Tavern, Winchester Mystery House.
Mm-hmm.
That place, I believe it.
Have you watched the movie? There's a movie about it. It's pretty good. St. Augustine Lighthouse,
Yes. That supposedly they went there and they found a bunch of stuff.
Denver and Rio Grande Railroad Depot.
Why'd you say that with an
I
accent?
couldn't tell you. Merle's Plantation.
Like how you went from like a Hispanic accent to Merle.
Danville.
Merle's plantation.
Ohio State Reformatory.
Okay, yeah, that one's definitely.
Dock Street Theater. Hotel Monte Vista. Poinsett Bridge. Lord Batemore Hotel. Pittock Mansion. The Pittock Mansion. Yep. Ledge Lighthouse. Sloss Furnace. Queen Anne Hotel. I don't know why I said that. Queen Anne Hotel. La Luna Palace.
La Luna.
I might be saying that wrong. It is what it is. Indiana Medical History Museum. That's where you're from. Crescent Hotel. Pine Barrens. The Annabelle Horror House. Driscoll Hotel. Stoll Cemetery. Detroit Masonic Temple.
I thought you were just leaving it at Detroit. Like you just go to Detroit and see
Detroit, St. Louis.
We've entered Detroit. We're here.
That's
It's
start videotaping.
It's terrifying. Thornwood Castle. Inn. Fort Delaware. Lung Mansion. Like, what? Can you go there and not breathe? It's getting harder and harder to breathe.
Where are you getting these from?
I literally told you where I was getting these from.
I know, but why are you just Googling stuff? Look, do research on these.
These are just so I have memory of them so I can go back.
Lung Mansion.
That's Charles' job.
Charles.
What are we doing?
The producer is just waving at us.
Tell me
to
about
keep
Hunter
going.
Kaifek. Where's it located?
Hinterkaifeck, Germany.
What? Nope. Oh, yeah, okay, where?
I don't know exactly. All I know is Hinterkaifeck. I at least know the story behind it.
What's the story?
All right. So a family was murdered by a man or a woman or a group of persons with a mattock.
One person.
You don't know that.
Yep.
No, you don't.
What else?
Were you there?
What else?
Is this the one that like?
What else in the
he
story?
lived in the house?
Okay. So,
Yeah, shut your eyes up.
No, I'm not going to do this.
No, go ahead.
No,
You're
I was
trying to-
following along the story. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so the story is
I need cliff notes.
there's a man. I can't think of the name. I knew it. They lived in a farmless family. Now,
A
supposedly,
farmless family?
I said the farm with his family.
I thought you said farmless family. So I'm like
You
confused.
can interrupt me
I'm
every
a
time I
I'm
say
a
something.
farmless
Go ahead.
family.
So he kept finding snow tracks to his barn, but he can never find them going back. And then a maid had quit because she said the house was haunted. They kept hearing stuff in the stutter. So one day, I guess someone had went over to check on them, found them all murdered, and they were all killed with a mattock.
How many of them were there?
Don't know.
6.
Because you read this recently, I would have known it if I hadn't looked it up.
Yeah, but you said I don't do research. I do research on some things.
You don't do research.
There are 6 of them. The people lived with
What
them.
is the research on the Lung Mansion?
people
I want to
lived
know the story on the Lung Mansion
I don't fucking know.
and the Denver and Rio,
I don't know.
Shanghai.
the Shanghai.
Yeah. Hutcherson's Library, Opium Theater, Franklin Castle, Brumdem Mansion, Rookie's Pub, Basilica Exmouth House, and Centrino Hall. That's my list.
There was one.
We gotta add to that.
Yeah, there
No,
was.
so there's not everyone was.
There was one up where I'm from, up there, Moundsville Penitentiary.
Yes. Yes.
I've been there quite a few times, and that shit's terrifying. Even during the day, walking through there, you just have like this feel about it, like I need to be out of here.
There was a mental institution. A guy was walking with him. He said when you went there back in the day, all you heard was like screams.
Oh yeah, from all the people.
And then he's like, when you walked in there after it was closed, and just the quiet.
He's like, that is the creepiest part, is how quiet it is.
Yeah, me and quiet doesn't do. We're not on good terms anymore.
I can't do quiet. I can't.
I get the feeling that if we were to go someplace,
I can do quiet, but then when it's too quiet, my brain starts to go, and that's when thoughts can be dangerous. Because it's like the one thing I don't want to be left alone with at night is my thoughts, but we ain't gotta get into that. That's deep.
But we're here for you if you need us to be.
Well, thank you.
I was told not to reach across. Don't touch the talent. Anyway.
He knows the rules.
Yeah.
Get your hands off me, you swine.
That's why they have me sitting in the other room. I'm listening through headphones. No, but
Be like, knock on the door. Eric, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's not even in the same room with us. Like, we got him in the dungeon. Like, I'm a little quiet. He can't see us, but we can see him.
I haven't eaten in 3 days. Please,
You'll be alright, you fascist. I do
you
fascist.
Reverse that.
you fascist scum.
Continue your story.
I don't even remember where I was
Moundsville.
at. Moundsville Penitentiary. You can actually go up onto the hanging platform. And what it is they have this wooden archway that you go into the prison through.
Just go up there and hang around.
Yeah. There's a swingers club up there now.
I went there one time with a friend just left me hanging. The same thing the tree
So
did
there was
to
a
the
club
emo.
up there, but it was pretty dead.
Yeah,
No.
left me hanging
No.
around.
we're not.
No.
Just hanging around.
Because I know his one. He did the... He was
hanging?
doing, nope.
That's what the tree did to the emo kid. Just left him hanging.
Don't rope me into these jokes.
That's what I'm saying. The two very differences. Eric, you're going out with me. Alex is looking over here like
He's so sad that these dad jokes just aren't landing for him.
I'm
Like,
just,
come on
no,
now.
I'm not. Because he did that one night we were watching a movie. And he just kept making stupid joke after stupid joke. I'm like...
they were.
But it's best whenever like you start with one and then it builds and it keeps building.
They were grade A
No,
jokes.
they were not.
Yes, they were. Just because you didn't get them.
No, I got them.
Yeah,
They just weren't
were
funny.
They were. Yeah, they would have been funny to anyone. They were class A. Like the one girl like shot herself in the head. I guess you could say she went out with a bang.
So stupid.
You want to talk about stupid jokes?
Go ahead.
You want to go there?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't be mad at me just because my jokes take a certain level of.
Your jokes don't take anybody's level of smartness to understand.
Why don't my
What?
jokes go over people's heads sometimes?
Huh? What joke have you told us went over somebody's head?
Well, there's a few I told. I'm not going to say the person's name on air, but there's a few I told to a certain person that we all know. You'll probably know who you are, and
Wait.
you know it's true. I'll tell you after air.
Okay.
Anyway.
So at this prison, there's an archway that you walk through to go into the prison. And what they would do is they would wheel the wagon up underneath of it, have the person on the platform inside above the archway. And when they would drop them, they would just cut the rope, drop them right into the wagon, and take them into the coroner's area.
Damn.
And you get to walk along up there. You can actually stand on the platform. Yeah, you get some really strange vibes. Like you can honestly, I felt the floor vibrating under my feet. Like it's you get
Well,
some.
go to pick her purse up.
What's that? Don't pick her purse up.
Yeah. Her little buddy's in there.
Hitachi.
Fucking idiot.
Well, it'd be like that. No, I want to go to like. There's one where I think is it Ohio or is it Eastern State? I can't remember where a woman was in there for some about. I don't remember. She set herself on fire and shit like that. I want to go to places like that. Cause I want to do that because they say in like places like where people hung and stuff like that. Not the BBC kind. That.
This episode is called The Hammer.
I will title it that now just for that. But like they'll say like you'll get like that, like it feels like something's around your neck or like you can't breathe. I want to see if that's real.
I'd believe it. I think it's like their energy connecting
But
with yours.
one of my best friends, Morgan, she wants to go to all the haunted places with us. And she will because we talked about that years ago. I worry sometimes about her because like she can walk into a graveyard and just start crying because like, she feels
she
all
gets
the
that
emotions.
kind of vibe.
So I'm like, she wants to go, but I'm like, all right, bitch. Like I understand. Like, what if you walk into some of these places and you get like crippled? Not like legit.
Like
your legs.
buckling, like you're.
Yeah, like you just all the emotions. I'm like, I gotta carry you out.
My legs don't.
You wouldn't carry her out.
Alexa, I don't know why you came on, but you better cut your ass off.
What just happened?
That's right.
I think Amazon's trying to steal our content.
Old
You
Charleston.
can listen to our podcast on Amazon.
Old Charleston
Through
jail
Spotify.
too.
Old Charles, yeah, he's probably doing some shit.
No, Old Charleston jail.
I thought you said
That
Old
was another one.
Charles.
Old Charles doing his nonsense.
Yeah, we got an old man. Yeah, stuff like that worries me. My thing is that there's some places I want to go to, but there's one bed and breakfast, but there's like a closet where it's full of like hundreds of dolls.
Nope.
Yeah, nope. See,
Nope.
There's not many things in this life that scare me.
I don't do dolls. I don't do kids. That shit's not
That's
cool.
what I'm saying.
That same friend that I used to hang out with all the time up in Ohio, I stayed at his house so much that they actually got me a bed, and I would live at their house pretty much.
That's a real one.
Well, this some bitch.
I won't get you a bed, but I got a couch.
It's close enough.
I got an air mattress
But
and a futon.
this was
That's not mine.
probably like
It's mine now.
3 or 4 a.m. We would stay up all night playing video games and stuff like that. Well, this son of a bitch had a ventriloquist dummy. Like the old Goosebumps looking dude in the little tux.
Slappy.
Mm-hmm.
Slappy.
He put that shit at the end of the fucking bed. Alright? Him and my other friend sat there and they shook my bed enough for me to wake up, and I see this thing at the foot of my bed, and I mule kicked this toy into his wall. His head was stuck in the drywall. I came down the next day and he had a picture over top of the wall so his dad wouldn't get mad at us. Sorry, John.
Like I always say, you play silly games, you're gonna win silly prizes.
Yes.
What reaction? That acceptable reaction.
I mule kicked that. I broke it, and he bought another one. That son of a bitch has another one sitting on his mantle right now. Where every time I come up, he fucks with me with it, because he'll move it whenever I'm not looking, or his wife will, and they'll move that shit around.
I bet. Listen to me very closely. I will unapologetically fuck you up.
I will rock your shit because of that.
Look at that doll in the face. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what's inside you.
I can't do it. My grandparents have like a bunch of the really old baby dolls, Cabbage Patch dolls stuff.
My mom
like
has a
the
bunch of
old
Cabbage
ones.
Patch.
Well, they're all down in their basement. Anytime you would go down there, you'd have all these fucking toys along, like, and they were the ones that, like, their eyes, when you pick them up and, like, tilt them, their eyes would open or close.
It's like the old porcelain, like the real, but like the Annabelle dolls. I can't remember what they're called.
Raggedy Ann?
Raggedy Anns. They don't scare me. Those are like whatever.
That doesn't worry me because it doesn't have, like, a person face.
But like them old school, like personal.
yeah.
You know.
If you go from Annabelle the movie to the doll, you're like, where did they get this?
Because like my mom,
Interpretation.
she has a picture, and I fucking hate this picture. It's a creepy little white girl in like a white dress. It's scary as shit. And where she used to have it hung in our house, that bitch would look at you no matter where the fuck you were.
What do you mean? Some
Was
old
this just
was this a
some
grandma, like
person?
an old Grandma Edna or something?
No, it's just a picture of a little girl. It's just that's
It came
we
with
don't,
the
we, don't,
frame.
we don't even know who the little girl is, but she's creepy as shit. She's white as shit, wearing a pure white dress, and she's just standing there. But
Judge
the
it.
eyes follow you.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would look
I'd
go
take
like
that
go in the
to
middle of the
bed.
night and get like a glass of water, walking back to your bedroom. It's like
Where was this hung up at? Like in the living room or something?
so. The way our house is set up is there was like the den here is here, the living room was here, the kitchen was back here. My bedroom was back down this hallway, but the way the room, it was like a hallway and it was like a flat, and then it was like it curved, and it was right there. So whether you're in the living room, the den, the kitchen, the master bedroom, she could see everywhere. The only place you couldn't see me was like going to my bedroom down that little hallway, thankfully. But yeah, so no matter where you were in the house, where my mom had that picture, you could see the motherfucker.
Imagine just like spanking it somewhere in that house and you just look over and you see that ghost picture.
Just
looking at
disappointed. Like I thought there was more
Middle
to
of
it.
the living room.
you. Sprawled out on the floor. Fucking
She's just looking at you the whole time. Like,
swanton bomb. Just
you filthy motherfucker.
as a single tear rolls down her eye.
Yeah,
She's
like-
trapped there forever.
Justin, why is the painting crying? The picture crying? I'm not gonna lie to you, Mom. It got weird.
At times it did. Like laying on the floor, feet up on the couch.
You gotta let your shit air out sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Doing it so hard, I feel like I'm about to have an aneurysm in the back of my head because it gets real tight.
Get tense. This is just going for the final stretch.
Is there anything else you want to hit on?
I think we had a really good episode.
Because we're at an hour and 5 minutes.
I do actually want to say something.
And that's what I'm ending the podcast. So thanks everybody for listening. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I want to do an RIP to Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, who passed away this last week. I don't know if any of you heard of him. He's a wrestler. That's my
All
thing.
because you kept sharing stuff on Facebook.
Damn right I did. Rest in peace, Chico. And Angel.
Angel, shawty, you're my angel. He, for my birthday was this past week.
Yes. You turned 32.
25.
Same thing.
Remotely different, but whatever. For my birthday,
It's all objective.
he gave me the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. Probably legitimately one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. Like it was dusty in the room, and just it happened to get into my eye. It was crazy. I don't know.
Crap.
It started raining
But
inside the
it
house.
was. He was like, it's not. He's like, he handed it to me. He's like, it's nothing much. He said, I hope you like it, brother. Let me tell you, you might not have thought it'd been much, but that shit's my world now.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. He gave us the cover art and a picture of the frame of the One Thing About Us podcast. Because that's a talented motherfucker. He's overqualified for what we do. Like, he'll talk about things. He'll like, oh, yeah, I lived in Spain for like a year. And I'm like, why the fuck are you here? Like, you're better than me. I understand it. Like,
I get the point.
like you don't have to make me feel. But he gave me that, and it's beautiful.
It is actually gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It is really cool.
So it's like it's the cover art of all our shit now. It's things. And they gave me a card. We won't talk about the card on air, but
Because it was a dusty car.
it was, yeah. The car wasn't dusty, but my house needs to be dusted apparently because I got dust all up in my tear ducts.
He cried.
It was dusty, but it was beautiful.
It was dusty, damn it.
And Angel, you're just a real one, and I love you, homie. And your husband, he's cool too. Dre. That sounds like he's second fiddle. He's not. He's not. He's there. 16 years together. Mind you, I was only 9 when y'all got together, so y'all can do that. Y'all old. I'm just playing. You cool. You old, but you cool. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know where I'm going
Shout out
with
to
this.
Angel.
Shout out to Angel. You a real one. You a true friend, and if you ever need anything, I don't know why I'm getting all sentimental like this on the podcast.
It's getting dusty in this house.
When I tell you this all the time, Eric,
Yes,
thank you for joining us.
it's been a blast.
You're welcome. Anytime. Maybe we'll start a second podcast. You know what I want to call it?
Village Idiots.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's gonna be the end of this episode. It's been a long one. We're at an hour and 8 minutes. So the next one we do will be shorter because hosting and fucking websites and shit, it gets complicated. Anyway, anybody want to say anything to sign off?
Eric?
Thank you for having me.
No
It was
problem.
awesome. It was great. Stay sexy, everybody.
And stay classy, most importantly.